So Donald took control in the last video. This was pretty good. I liked it. We built a dirt road, and we had a building burned down.
Burned down? Burned it to the ground.
Unfortunately, you know, I saved it. I know that you wanted to burn most of the town down, but no, I think our town looks pretty good. So, we might have a little bit of a problem here, Donald. Do you know what that is?
It's poopy water.
That's right. Yes, that is exactly what that is. And that poopy water is going up around our peninsula, and it's starting to wrap around.
Got a nice little
the beach
streak
fronts.
to it, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. So you can. So these. Well, first of all, these homes already are right there next to the poopy water, which is kind of a problem. I mean, a little bit. Donald did suggest something pretty smart, and we could always relocate this this building and bring it up this way a little bit further. That way, like, not too much of the poop hits their house.
That's more time to dilute into the water and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we might do that because, I mean, at least right here, it wouldn't cost us almost anything. Relocate about 500 and then I build a pipe to it. So I think we'll do that just for now, but I did discuss with them over the break that we'll just build a sewage treatment plant. That's what I was kind of waiting for, is once we build the sewage treatment plant, we don't have to dump all our poop into the water as much. So you'll notice that this pollution will go down over time. Like, there won't be as big of a pollution. So this will somewhat fix itself a little bit with time. I mean, the problem is that there's going to be more poop coming from here. But anyways, yeah, pollution is not good. It makes your town look kind of ugly. I'm using a mod that, by the way, like, all the mods I'm using are just visual. That doesn't make this as ugly as normal. Usually when you have industry like this, there's all this, like, purple, like, gross thing coming out from it. And I didn't want that because I like things that look good, Donald. That's why I like you, Donald.
Yeah,
that's why I like it.
That's right, Drew.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we've already confirmed that we're going to be putting most of our services inside of this grid, which will be nice. Let me build some homes right here.
We should probably build a medical service since we had a building burnt down.
You're right.
I'm sure somebody died because there was no ambulance.
You're right. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money. But like I said, loans are not an issue. We could totally take out... Actually, we could take out like a big loan if we wanted to. Do you want to, Don't? Because it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Because... like, by the end of the game, you're making so much money that it really doesn't matter. Like, money does not become an issue. Not even by the end, like, by the midpoint. Wow, okay, the poop is starting to look better. Wait a sec. Oh, that's right. It needs electricity. Okay, that's okay. That would have been bad, though. That was almost really bad. I'm actually surprised. Where did all that sewage go, then? No one's complaining about the sewage. That's weird. I guess that a few more...
Not taking poops.
Maybe not. Yeah, you know, at this point, they were not. So that's probably why. But anyways,
wasn't the pooping?
So, oh, it's raining.
Oh, it's raining.
It's raining on the.
Is there natural disasters that will just naturally?
I think we're seeing it right now, actually, Donald.
We're flooding, huh?
These buildings are actually starting to flood a little bit.
How do we not flood?
There's actually we could technically build a canal, but we can't right now. We could build canal like levees, which would stop the water from going in.
Oh, that house is gone right there.
Yeah.
That house is destroyed.
Wait, which house?
That one right there.
This right here?
Look at the water. It's right. It's right into the driveway.
It's totally. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So
Katrina
when it rains, that might happen. We might want to. I mean, we probably should just make sure that this area is not allowed to build. Let's go ahead and do that, just so that we don't see. Just so people don't complain too much. So there, we'll just cancel this and they'll build someplace else. Boom. So just as people were about to die, yeah, we made a new milestone, which is nice. Actually, it's a good idea to check, what we unlocked. It's not that big of a deal. So we do have landscaping now, which is a new thing that I've been talking about. So we can do terrain modifications. We still haven't really jumped into policies or districts yet, but we will. And we also have pathways for citizens. So that's kind of cool. We can do like little sidewalks or bicycle paths, and we have access to canals now. Oh my gosh, like just when we needed it. All right, and I just canceled all those houses too. All right, well, that's okay. So theoretically, we can put a flood. What is that called? A quay? Oh, actually, no. We want flood wall.
Flood wall.
So we could put that probably here, and we'd save a lot of these houses. Cannot build on water. Oh, we can't, because I don't think we'd have to demolish these buildings anyways, which might still be a good idea, but you know what, it's fine. I don't think we actually have enough room, even if we really wanted to.
I mean, you can build it right there.
But either way, it's okay. We can worry about that problem a little bit later.
Build up the ground? What if we just build the ground?
We probably can, now that we have access to terrain. We could probably level the terrain up a little bit. Actually, you know what? We can't, because if we were to build, it's kind of working. We do have limited soil, so this is something that, like, you know, not everybody likes.
Eventually,
Yeah, you know what? It's actually starting to work. Yes, that's what it wants you to do. So if you are, so that's actually working, Donald. That's a good idea. So if we're building, if we're making this part higher, then that means that we need to put that dirt someplace else. So we could have to like dig or something.
Can we
over
buy
here.
a tile?
Yes. Do you want to do that? That's what I was gonna say right now. What would you like to buy?
Let's buy the mountain range.
You want to buy this one?
Just take a bunch of soil from the mountain range, and then just, you know.
Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. So we can technically do that. We could take this terrain here, and we'd want to get more soil. So we're doing that here. We'll just take it all from the top of the mountain. Boom. Now we've got a bunch of soil, and like you said, then we can just kind of hopefully protect this from flooding. Let me see if that's gonna work. I mean, yeah, we're seeing the water level kind of drop back, so it's a good plan. And for some reasons, the trees are doing squirrels. For some reason, yeah. So that's kind of cool. I think this is going to remain flooded, I think, a little bit until the water goes away. Okay, the water, I think, is away now. Okay, so we fixed it. Good job, Donald. So let me make sure that I reassign that whole area. Let's just throw this. Bam. Okay, so people can still go back to living there.
All those people just got moved out, Drew. Now they got to move.
Exactly, got to move back in. Okay, good. Yeah, so all this flooding should go away, and I think it should stay away. The problem is that it's raining, so we won't always be able to see if this is going to work.
Until it stops raining?
Yeah, until it stops raining completely. Yeah, I mean, we might want to... You know what I could do? Just by extending this land... I mean, I don't want to dive into this for too long, because I don't think it really matters all that much, but by extending the land, like you said, then I could build the flood walls, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By pulling this out like this. And that might help, actually, a lot.
But then those people right there, they gotta look at flood walls.
That's true.
A nice little poopy canal.
Their water, their real estate would definitely decline
what they want to see
that point.
is poopy water. They
That's
want to see
true.
that poopy
You're
water.
right. I totally agree. That's what I'd want to see. Let me see if I can slap this thing down now. I don't think so. Well, yeah, we can, but not too much. I mean, we could build like that. It just looks so ugly.
It does look very ugly.
It looks really ugly. So let's come back to that a little bit later. We barely got the refund for that. Anyways, we'll deal with this a little bit later, but it's not an essential thing. What we need to do is we need to continue to rebuild our industry, because our industry is going downhill. And something that I've been meaning to do, actually, too, is let me make sure that we upgrade this, because we don't really need this to be dirt anymore. I like that this is dirt. Like, this is actually important that this is dirt. But over here, we can upgrade this just a little bit. That way, we can extend out our industry zone. Let me go back to the curve here and make like a little boom shape there. Okay. Boom. Should we do something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And let's start filling this sucker in. So we can do the paint tool, make it probably a lot easier just to paint all this stuff. Here, I'll throw some right there. There we go. So I'll let you choose, Donald, because eventually we're going to get access to offices if we can educate enough of our citizens. Instead of working industry, they'll work in like these big, office buildings. Would you want to do something like that, or do you want to continue to put the uneducated in crappy jobs? Or do you want to keep? We can keep our people uneducated to a point.
No, let's build some offices.
Okay.
Let's give these guys some hopes
A chance?
and aspirations.
We'll try. Yeah, we have to keep them like at least living the dream, I guess. Living like they have a chance in life.
As far as we know, this is America, and they get to have an American dream.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. That sounds like a good idea. So we'll try that. That will probably be good for now. We still have a while before we get access to the offices, but they will come eventually. Let me start to fill out this area a little bit more. So we're gonna start to build a little bit more. Also, something to keep in mind is now that we've bought that tile, we're probably gonna want to expand in that region. I know that you wanted to buy the mountain range tile so that we could, grab some of that soil, but I don't know how much money. Let's see, we've got 69,000. We can always take another loan, so it wouldn't be a big deal. But there's not much to really build out over here. Actually, we could do something along the Poop River, which is just going to be the name. This is just the Poop River now.
Poop River.
This actually is probably pretty good. We'd have to make like an exit.
What about a mine? Can we put like a mine shaft right there?
We do have access to natural. It depends on where the natural resources are. So this is where our fertile land is. So this is going to be good for farmland. We've got lots of forests, so we could do like lumber mills. Oh, forest right here, actually. So much lumber mills. And then ore would be this kind of grayish color, which we have access to like no ore. So yeah,
This is a pretty shitty.
I mean,
shitty mountain
it's
range,
it's
yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's not the best. We also have like no oil. There's only a little bit of oil, but
What
it's
can we-
still not bad for. I don't know. We could put a lot of different things over here.
Can we build a house up there? Why don't we just make like a house?
Just one
on-
house
on the mountain,
Oh,
yeah.
on the mountain. Oh, we could do that on the mountain. We'd probably have to level the terrain a little bit more. We could experiment with that a little bit. Let me see what the terrain would look like if I were to like level terrain. I'm actually bringing the train down. Why is it bringing the train down? I don't want to do that. Oh, you know what? Let's use the bigger tool here. Fill this up. How much? Oh, we don't have that much more land, fertile land. But yeah, I mean, we can kind of extend it out like by doing this a little bit. But that's going to take forever, and we're going to have to figure out where we're going to take that
Is there
soil
like just
from.
like a flat? So like you just want, I want it to be
I can like...
this.
I don't think there's just a flat. I mean, we can slope the terrain. Yeah, we can this is kind of doing that, what you're saying. There's nothing that like a straight up just flat.
I want it to be.
There's
at
like
this
a
level.
soften.
Can it just be
Yeah,
at this level.
there's nothing straight up like that. Why is it raining so much? Jeez, so much rain. But we can kind of experiment with that a little bit later.
What
but
about
this
turbines?
is not too
just
bad.
a bunch of wind turbines all on top of that.
Oh, up there. What's the wind up there? Yeah, that would be good. However, wind turbines are still not as efficient as advanced wind turbines. So that it's kind of
But
still.
we ain't got those yet.
We don't. But we'd have to, build something here and then do a huge ass power line, which would cost us a lot of money over this way. But you're right. I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible idea.
It won't be
But,
as noisy. Then you could open that up for some more residents.
I could. We could always relocate this building to someplace else. Let us hold on. Do we have any problems around here? Okay. Well, someone is on fire.
But it's raining.
That is yeah.
But it's raining, Drew.
It's like SpongeBob. SpongeBob for some reason can get a campfire going on in the water. The game runs off the same physics. I think it's a good idea. We could probably do that. Okay, Don, because you want it, let's just try it. Let's try it here. Let's see here. Where is that? There we go. So we've got 8. So 8 right there. And people are going to like this a lot more because it was very noisy, and it's going to give us a little bit more access to some of this stuff. Okay, so this is the last one. Let's see, how are we doing? We probably need to build another one anyways. 8, there we go. I'll probably just slap another one down.
You still got another one to move, I think, right?
Yeah, I do. So there we go, and then we'll put the last one here. So the thing is, though, like I said, we've got to build like a big old power line that comes way down here. And actually, let's see, this area isn't connected. Let's see, let's just do it right there, I guess. Now, I think that this might be a little bit bad because we still have to, like, figure out if we can connect. Oh, that might not be good. Oh, wait, actually, no, that's... Yeah, no, it's not good. Hold on. There it is. Please tell me we can go underneath. Oh, we can. Now, did that work? Hold on. Please tell me that worked. Yeah, we worked. Okay. All right, that's actually good. Now we can finally start to get rid of these ugly power lines, which would be kind of good. Because, you need the power lines at the very beginning, but you don't need them anymore. And this is actually going to give us more access to this grid, because going straight to the grid with the power lines was not the best of ideas. So, boom. Okay, so they're all gone. Okay, good idea. Good idea, Donald. So now we can kind of, like, view the...
Full of those good ideas.
Yeah. Now we can kind of view those beautiful... wind turbines all the way up on this mountain. So that's kind of cool, and they've got like lights and stuff like that, so it's not bad. It's not bad. Are we still flooding? We're not flooding anymore, which is good. I think actually just building those flood panels, those flood panels just raise the terrain enough even more, where now that it's raining, this peninsula is not having an issue. Still no demand on anything. Let me go to speed 3. Oh, we are on speed 3. Okay, good. The poop water is not down towards the mouth of this river here. And this is much more clear. So that was a good idea to also remove that sewage place. So we should probably just build something here to get ready, because this is going to need something anyways.
Can we build a skyscraper?
Not yet. We will.
too far in the future?
That will be not very far in the future. Eventually, we're going to be able to upgrade all these low houses to big old buildings. So that's definitely what I'd like to do coming up here. Let me see if we can't... There we go. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, boom. So let's build something there. I don't really want that to be a bigger intersection area. Let's like use as much of this land as we can. Space already occupied. Oh, is it too... Oh, that's... Yeah, that angle is not going to work. Can we go in like that? All right, boom. Okay, so there we go. We have like something that kind of seems somewhat natural here. You know, it's not as gritty. Again, like I said, we're not like being super efficient with our space, but we are at least, you know, making it look more, I don't know, natural, I guess. I feel like that's more important than efficiency. Donald's like, no, it's not. It's not at all. Let me make sure that we get these people some water.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Drew.
That's true. I just feel like, for me, playing this game, I just can't play it like super, like I don't have any joy playing it just like, because I know that some people have come down to the perfect formula where they know exactly how to build things in the perfect shapes and these perfect little grids, but the game doesn't become fun. The game is no longer fun to me when we do it like that. I like to do it where it looks natural and we have like, you know,
curves.
Yeah, curves, and like, you know, it looks, you don't want these people to be living in a grid because they'll kill themselves. Like they're going to be seeing the same thing every day. Yeah.
Just robots.
Exactly. So so yeah, that's part of it. So we've got $8,000. One thing, I guess, while we wait, is we might want to... Well, actually, you know, we're building up the need for residential anyways, so let me just color this in just like that. Boom. Okay, so while they're living their lives, let's go ahead and make our first district. So this is probably going to be one district here. So that we're going to color this in, and this is going to be where we can set specific policies for just this zone. So we can tell them, you know, to ride their bikes more, or we can tell them to... let's see here. Where is our policy? There we go. So we can tell them specific things. We don't have everything unlocked, but we can do certain things like, let's see, the citizens will prefer working over education. So if we didn't want to have those really educated citizens, we would do that. We can ban pets. We can do smoke detectors, which will cost more money, but it would reduce the chances of fires and like buildings burning down, which we've already seen. It
might be good.
Yeah, I know it might be good. Although it's a lot of rain. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of rain. Although never mind, I forgot. We're living in the SpongeBob world where rain doesn't stop fires. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I know that rain doesn't always stop fires. Like if it's a super huge fire.
Sometimes it start a fire.
Yeah. But but yeah, so things like that. We're gonna get access to more of this stuff. So like, if we want to reduce how much like we're wasting in terms of like dump, which actually it's raining, so this is like becoming really muddy, which I think is kind of cool. But we could always like do like we could boost recycling. We can make that more of a thing.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, we're actually getting there because we're doing like 40 people a day. We also need to start to figure out what we're gonna do with the industry. So let me maybe build this to like here, and then we'll do like a little swerve. We'll like swerve around the. No, that's not gonna work. Hold on. Boom. Okay, there. So I know it's connecting to our dirt road, but no one really... Hey, he went over there. Okay, never mind. I guess they needed to do... You know what? That was probably...
Well, those are service vehicles, aren't they?
They are. Well, those are like industry guys, kind of. I think the service buildings technically are like cop cars and fire trucks, those service things. But anyways, let me just build this out a little bit more. Wait, what? Space is occupied by what? Oh. Okay, that looks pretty good. And let me just do one more block here. So we're probably going to need to buy another piece of land very soon. Boom, busy Boomtown, 2200. So we got more policies. Actually, I probably should look at that a little bit more. Donald, do you want to buy a certain tile? Is there another tile? Because we probably should think about that. We're at 54,000.
Let's continue down the beach.
You want to buy this one? That's a pretty good idea. Because we might eventually get access to this island over here, which would be really cool. But yeah, like like I said, we can technically purchase like 25 tiles, and I've got like a monster computer, Donald. So I don't think we're gonna see any sort of lag, too much of lag. But that's a good idea. So now we can continue to build along the coast. But anyways, guys, looks like we're gonna have to stop right there. We're getting closer to being able to build like big old skyscrapers right here. Don, what do you want to do the next episode? You kind of have to like think about specific things you want to do each episode. What are you feeling we should do?
I want to build a skyscraper, Drew.
Well, we
Give
can't
me,
yet.
give me a skyscraper.
We will get there
How
eventually.
about a train? Can I build a train? I want to build a train.
We're getting
Give me a
closer.
train, Drew.
We can do buses.
Now,
We
I
can
want
do
a tram.
buses.
Build the tram.
You want to build the tram?
That's the closest thing we got to a train. I saw it.
We could
I saw it on
probably.
there.
No, don't. I don't know what you're
Go
talking
back.
about. It's not that.
I
It's
saw
not
it there.
real.
Go back.
Anyways, we'll talk about that. But we'll talk about that, Donald. Okay. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.